Okay, working on the Robotuner, and I put 3 of the strings on, but they're not tight yet. This is basically to figure out what this situation is going to look like here at the bridge as far as the straight string pull-through situation goes. It looks like I can go on the outside of the screw for the 2 outer strings. I can just go in the middle of the bar for the number 2 and number 5 strings. They're pretty much a straight shot to the tuners. And then for the numbers 3 and 4 strings here, you see these 2 little punch marks I've made already. I'm going to put in vertical roller trees there, and that'll get this guy to behave like that, so it'll pull straight through, go underneath both bars, and then it'll clear that tuner and come back to that one. But so I need to put those in, and then obviously I haven't done the neck brake angle yet, and this is going to need some shim, so there's really no point in tightening it up yet, but I think we all want to see it, don't we? So let's see what happens here. I mean, the trees aren't in and stuff, so we'll just have it go underneath the second bar alone for now. Maybe I should put the trees in first. Yeah, let's put the trees in first. Do it right. That way, if, like, you know, the trees aren't going to hold or something, we'll know now. Okay, 2 basic methods of installation possible here. I could go with just hammering in the tree at the right mark and just hammer it down the correct depth. And then the other option is to drill a little hole and use some super glue on the end of the pin and then shove it in the hole. And I'm going to go for the second option. Less banging on the guitar. Make sure that's not set too deep. Yeah, that's good. Might be able to go lower. We'll see how it goes. Now, we don't want these little roller things to accidentally stick to the body because of squeeze out. Everything looks okay. Alrighty, give that a moment to set up. Okay, they've had a moment to dry. So let's see. Number 4 string is now going to go underneath both bars and then inboard with a tree. Like that. Yep, looks good. Looks good. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing to go. Okay, so tell it we want to tune D, and we hit menu twice. Nope. Menu. No, let me try again. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Then menu twice. No. Go to D, and then this one twice. No, this one twice. Let me try it with E. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And menu twice. No, that's the wrong one. This one twice. No, this one twice. There. Now, we want to, let's see, so low E is this one, and we tell it to tighten it up. I hear it making noise. I did something wrong. Hold on here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I want to go this way. There we go. Oh. It says this one is E. No. It says that one's E and that one's G. Oh. This thing's being a pain. But it's going. Let's see, which way was that? This way? Was that loosen? That's loosen, so we want to go this way. It's tightening up. Maybe it's the fact that the string won't ring out. Let's try it this way. And tighten. F. It's still flat. Oh, wait a sec. Right, it thinks that this one is E. Come on, thing. Yeah, it thinks this one is E. Is low E. And it thinks that this one is low A. Oh, come on. All right, bink, bink, bink. A, double menu. Battery might be getting low. Might be what's going on. Yeah, let me put the battery on the charger. I gotta also see if I can find a owner's manual for this thing in PDF online or something. Figure out, you know, because it's like having a computer but only knowing how to do one thing with it and not knowing what anything else on it does. So yeah, a little confusing. Well, it can be confusing and frustrating if you don't realize that you need the manual. So yeah, let me start by charging up the battery. It is definitely turning the strings and tuning the strings. Basically, it's going to be a matter of gotta see which tuner it thinks is which, and then figure out some way to orient this thing and orient the strings so that the two will work together. So it looks like this one is low E, which if you had it on a headstock and you were looking at the back of the headstock, if you're looking back at the headstock of a regular Gibson, this would be low E, that'd be A, that'd be D. For some reason it thinks this is E. So let me charge up the battery. Maybe that's what's going on. Oh yeah, I had to, you're supposed to be able to just, it's one of these things where you push it and it clicks and locks, and then you're supposed to be able to push it and it clicks and out, unlocks and pops open a little bit, and then you can get it out. Except this one doesn't really like to except it's on the other side. It doesn't really like to click and pop and come out again, so I had to fab up a little tool. There it is. A little grabber hook tool to you slip it underneath right in here, and then give a little twist, and it grabs the battery box and enough that you can pull it out, enough to get it out. So yeah, let me charge this thing, or at least, yeah, I'm sure it needs a charge. And it'd be nice if I had the manual so that it would tell me, you know, what the low battery indicator is. I assume it's when this thing comes on and stays on, or flashes or something, but you know what happens when you make assumptions. So yeah, let me start with the charge and then figure out how to get it to move. Then I know how to make it move individual tuners, and you saw it's like when you first get it on E, I think before you hit menu twice, you can use these like left and right arrows in order to choose which tuner, and from that I can figure out which tuner is which actually, and take it from there. Alright, I suspect that our choices are we can either have the tuning pegs on the correct side for the strings, or we can have them in the correct order for the strings, because apparently what's going on is if you look at, how does this thing go? It goes this way. That's the Gibson headstock orientation. So on that, this is low E. Okay. Yeah. The one on the left that's at the bottom is low E tuning peg when you're looking at it from the front. So it's going to be the one at the right on the bottom when you're looking at it from the back. So this is the low E tuning peg. And you flip it over, and we're using it for the high E string. This is low E. And that's A, and that's D. Yeah, so yeah. I gotta think. Okay, I thought about it, and these are the two basic choices. You can have everything all crisscrossing each other. See what it is, this is a regular headstock when you're looking at it from the front on a right hand guitar, and the strings from left to right are 6 through 1. On a tail tuner, when you're looking at it from this point of view, when you're looking at it this way as though it were a headstock, the strings are not 6 through 1 left to right, the strings are now 1 through 6 left to right, like it was a left-handed strung guitar. So yeah, and of course the Robotuner is a right-hand guitar tuner, designed for right-hand guitars. So it's got, you know, the number 6 on one side as opposed to the other side. And that's what I'm dealing with here, is that this is essentially, this tailstock presents itself to the strings present themselves to the tailstock as though it's a left-hand guitar, but the Robotuner is designed for right-hand guitars. So that's what I'm dealing with. And I think I'm going to use this kind of a pattern, because then only really this number 5 string runs on the left side of this, And if you look over here, it's a little better illustration. The inner strings will have to cross the number 2 and number 4 strings. So yeah, basically like that. Yeah. 3 and 4 go around the center pins and then go to the first set of tuning pegs. And then 2 and 5 have to go to the second set of tuning pegs. And then for 1 and 6, if you see that little mark right there, and there's one on the other side, I'm about to put in vertical string trees for there, and the strings are going to run on the outside and then around the tree and there. It should work. Now we need some parts. There's a parts bag. We need 2 pins and 2 rollers. 1, 2 pins. One roller. Okay, these rollers pre-trimmed. Doesn't look like it. They all still have a little bit of wire on them, I think. Now that one's pre-trimmed. Alright, we'll trim this one. So we take a roller, cut the little bit of wire off that's left. Stick it on a pin. Get some CA glue going. I'm going to get it on my ruler. Pin in the glue. And it goes. Get the other pin. Dip in some glue. And in it goes. And then we go like that. And we go like this. And at this point, it's getting up to tension, and it should start, yeah, see, it's robo-tuning automatically here. Is that cool or what? All I do is pluck the string in it, yeah, let me get the bridge straight. Back there, bridge. There we go now. Okay, so that's that part. But we are going to need some neck shim. So I guess that's probably the next thing. Now that there is a solution, not terribly elegant solution, but there is a solution for the string routing up here. Yeah, we did manage to get straight string pull through, even though it's kind of messy here at the tail end, but it'll get the job done. So yeah, eventually this bend where it used to be will probably come out some too. But yeah, so looks like that's going to be the configuration. Definitely different. Leaves you plenty of room for a little logo in the middle, huh? Alright, so let me see. I need to loosen these guys back up and put some shim in this thing. Doesn't look like it needs much. Guess I'll start with a brass and see what I get. Alright, where are we at? We're still on E, so loosen. That's probably good enough. And then we go over to A and tell it to loosen. That's probably good enough. And then we go over to D. I'm getting yellow on a battery. I wonder if that means I'm low. I just charged this thing. And then we loosen. That's probably good enough. Come on. Don't necessarily want it to come all the way apart, just want it just enough to get a shim in there. There we go, that's the idea. Yeah, okay. Let me fish up a shim. Okay, so I'm doing the next shim here. I already tried the purple and I stepped down to black and then brass. But in order to speed things up, all I got to do is do this. And that tells me whether, see, I'm still, put it on, you go like that, and I'm still a little low, actually. This isn't screwed on right now, so. But yeah, when it was screwed on, I still had too much shim in, so the bridge was low by comparison. I want just enough shim so that the ruler just sets on the roller when it's sitting on the fret plane on the neck. So, That's the plan. Let me try, let's see, I'm down to 1 mil maple laminate. Okay, got one of the thicker pieces of brass in as a shim. It clocks in at maybe 0.3 mil, something like that. And that puts the fret plane, if you put the thing on the frets and then on a roller groove, you've got 0.2 of a mil action at the 24th, so that's definitely going to be in range. So we should be good there. That takes care of the neck shim. Thank God, that didn't take forever. So yeah, the neck is shimmed, and now we can finish stringing it up.